what's your kind of backstory in terms of what your business is about? How far you've got in terms of making courses, if you're selling them, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So how I got started, it actually started with a breakup. I think I was in my early 30s
Right.
and I just didn't cope with it well. And I started 30everafter.com, which is the blog. And then 2 years later, I just kept creating content and I didn't know what to do with a website.
Right.
So a friend of mine suggested I do just online courses and coaching.
Yeah.
And so I kind of dabbled in both, but I realized that I really enjoyed creating content and I preferred just creating it and then letting it run and letting people sign up for it. And I find that between my coaching and online courses, not everyone wants to pick up the phone and do the one-on-one time with you. Some people just want to buy the course
Yeah.
and like binge like it's Netflix.
Right. Do you have did you have kind of existing clients, or did you have to build up like an email list from scratch?
I didn't have an email list from scratch.
No.
I didn't have to build it. I had about 500 people, but to be
Right.
honest, like they weren't what you call qualified leads because the 500 came from when they were reading my blog. So they signed up for, updates on latest content and not
Yeah.
necessarily they weren't necessarily looking to find like their person.
Hmm. Okay. And how long has your blog been going, did you say?
2013 was when it started,
Yeah.
but I didn't actually think about monetizing it for a couple of years. And when I launched my first course,
Yeah.
I didn't have all the content. I
Right.
didn't even know if it would work. So I kind of just pre-sold it, and
Right.
then once I got two people sign up, then I created the content.
Oh, okay. So did you kind of organically kind of grow your blog over time? Is that sort of what you did when you started in 2013?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
I just started it as a creative outlet, and then I found that more and more people were finding me through keywords like, 30 and single and,
Yeah.
what to do after a breakup. And then I thought, well, there must be something here. So I just kept blogging and I
Yeah.
didn't know what it would be. I didn't know what it would be. I just kept doing it.
So were you doing this sort of once a week, just consistently? Did you kind of start doing it, then stop and come back to it, or do you just consistently keep sort of putting out content every week?
I consistently just put content out once a week and
Yeah.
it grew organically. And but in I think January this year, I lost 80% of my organic traffic.
Right.
So that was a massive learning lesson for me. So now I know not to just rely on Google
Yeah.
to give me the traffic because you never know what's going to happen.
Do you think it's kind of, is it like too late to kind of start a blog? Do you think it's better to do something else in terms of trying to start a business? Because I hear like starting a blog is it a bit late to do that? Do you think? Or
It's a little bit controversial because a lot of
yeah,
people are saying that, by 2020, all search is going to be all video.
yeah,
But there are still a lot of people who prefer to, just flick through content.
yeah,
And that's how a lot of search works right now. You're still going, still being taken to articles.
yeah.
So no, I think if you are genuine about putting out good content, then it's never too late. It's in fact it's actually the best investment you can make because I recently dabbled in Facebook advertising
Right,
and I found that my blog content is still like the best converter.
right. Okay, cool. Do you use anything else like YouTube videos? Do you make YouTube videos, that sort of thing? Because I know that's quite a
Yeah.
powerful tool to use. You do, yeah.
Yeah, I just started it. So
All right.
basically, most of my content is housed on my blog,
Yeah.
but now that I'm trying to create YouTube videos,
Hmm.
it's so hard to get traction in the beginning.
Yeah.
So I'll record vlogs that are related to my blog posts,
Hmm.
and then I'll put it on the pages where I get the most traffic.
Right. Okay. Cool. And you say I think you mentioned earlier that you pre-sold your course. You pre-sell your courses before, is that before you even make them?
Yes.
Okay. How does that work? How does someone
Well,
do that? Yeah.
I've got a list already, so I kind of just create the course outline, and
Yeah.
then I create a landing page, and then I just say, hey, this is coming up.
Right.
Um, it's available now, and then I'll just tell them that if I know I'm going to launch it in, say, in a month,
Yeah.
I'll promote it the month before, and if people buy it, then I will, get my act together and create the content in 4 weeks or whenever I need to.
Okay. Is that, I mean, for people that don't have, because you say you had like 500 people on your list or 500
Yeah.
clients, people that are just starting from zero, basically. Is pre-selling a good tool for them? Like, say they've got no, how does someone kind of start selling a course with like no following? I guess they
I
can't, but yeah.
I think it's tricky. I think before you decide to sell a course, you should start building up your list,
Yeah.
and you can start so easily with just a freebie. Like one of my freebies is like a 30-day challenge, and
Right.
I had someone mock up like one page and 30, like a 30
Yeah.
days of exercises cut into little cards.
Right.
It's so simple, and I just put it out there, and people download the freebie,
Yeah.
and you can you can start building a list that way so that when you have something to launch, then people are already engaged with your content.
Okay. That's quite a good idea. I've heard people use Teachable to create free courses, to create like a video, like a free stage video as to give away as their sign up offer. Do you use Teachable to make free courses, or do you use? You might not be using Teachable. I don't know, but
Yeah, I do
yeah, you
use
do.
Teachable. In
Yeah,
fact, so I've got a course that's called Mindset Makeover.
right.
I used to sell that course. It was a very, very simplified version of it.
Yeah,
It was just 5 mini modules, but that used to be a free course.
right.
But I found that a lot of people were downloading it, so I then kind of expanded the content, and so I'm selling it for, it's pretty affordable for
Hmm.
$59.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
sorry, Joe, I had a free course that I was giving away. I would make YouTube videos, and I put a link to the free course, and I seem to get quite a bit of quite a few people subscribing to that. I guess that's a really really good offer to kind of give away. If it's a course, that's quite a good
Yeah.
thing. Yeah,
Then you get people enrolled in the school, and
yeah.
they're already used to like your format and the way you teach. So yeah, I'll definitely be doing other more free courses.
So how many? I know with Teachable you can create like a school of courses. How many courses do you have? Do you have like a school of a few of them, or is it just a couple? I know you mentioned just a
Yeah.
minute ago. Yeah.
So I've got three, and I'm playing with different price points.
Right.
So I've got one for 59, and then I've got one for 79, and then one
Yeah.
for 297. I find that it's really good to have a portfolio of products with different price ranges.
Okay.
You tend to get more. You just tend to get more because people are in different stages in their love life, and
Yeah.
the specific problems they want to solve.
Yeah. It's last few people I've spoken to. It's really interesting talking about price because everyone has a different kind of perspective on it. I think you sounds like you say you've got like a lower end kind of price and a high end price. So that you think that's some people say to price your course quite high, but you think maybe to have kind of different price points. Is that right? Or
I think so. It works for me, and you're right. Like I've seen courses priced at 2 grand, 3 grand, and
yeah,
you're
yeah,
definitely attracting a different type of clientele. But I think it depends on the level of commitment and what you put in it.
and what are your
Like I
core? Yeah, sorry.
I bought a course on like coaching,
Yeah,
and for 3 grand, and it was done through Teachable, but
yeah.
I saw a lot of value in it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. There's I brought a course on how to write fiction books. I'm quite interested in that. I don't know if you've heard. I don't know if you're into writing or anything like that, but I bought a course that was I think it was about $300, but she was very well established. Her name's Joanna Penn. She teaches how to write fiction, non-fiction, and the course is really kind of full up with videos and things. Are your
Yeah.
courses? Are they predominantly sort of videos, PDFs, workbooks? What are your courses made up of?
Yeah, it's a combination. I've got maybe five workbooks. I've got audios. I've
Yeah,
got some videos. Like I don't really like to do videos,
right.
but I'll start introducing it in my next courses. But
And
yeah, it's a
yeah,
mix. And then I've even got like downloadable um sheets that people can just reference,
okay,
and like affirmations.
okay, yeah. That's because you can do so much inside these, whether you're using Teachable or other course making schools. You can obviously make videos, or you say you use audios most of the time. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I use
Yeah,
audios, but you can upload videos into Teachable. I love Teachable as a platform. It's so user
yeah,
friendly. It's just drag and drop.
yeah, yeah. I know you can obviously upload files like PDFs, workbooks. You can do quite a lot with it, which is really really good. Yeah, so in terms of, I think it's sort of mentioned about, getting subscribers to your list. Which tools, like, I know, like, is MailChimp's been mentioned. Is that sort of the
Yeah,
best thing to start with? Because it's free up to 2,000 subscribers, I think. Do you have any kind of
yeah.
tools or recommendation for?
That's how MailChimp is what I used when I started, and I still use MailChimp.
Yeah.
It's just I've tried, like, people talk about ClickFunnels, Lead
Mm,
Pages. I've tried both of them, and I don't know. I think simple is best sometimes, and so I'm still with MailChimp.
mm,
And I recently discovered that they've got landing pages that you can trial as a part of the account.
mm.
They're really basic, not as fancy as Lead Pages, but it's working for me.
Okay.
Um, really easy to set up. So I've got that set up, and then I've got what you call like lead magnets, free downloads
Okay.
that I promote to drive people to my list.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good. Can people kind of get overwhelmed when they start out with all this? I mean, is there any, just in terms of basically kind of starting from day one? Do they need? Is it just sort of like Mailchimp, put some videos out there on YouTube or blog content? How does someone kind of stay motivated at the beginning? Because there's quite a lot to it, isn't there?
Yeah, it is overwhelming. So
Yeah.
the first thing I would start with is, think of what your freebie is going to be.
Yeah.
Like, solve one problem. Like, you're not gonna, like, I help young women, like, find their person, like
Yeah.
a match, but I'm not gonna do a freebie to tell them how to do that.
Right.
I'll do something on, like, I'll fix one problem. So if it's like, oh, a free guide to create a better online dating profile, or how to create a better mindset. So, like, I
Mm.
solve their problem but in little chunks,
Right.
and then from the lead magnet, you create the lead magnet, and then you do the landing page, and then you just need to figure out how to drive traffic to it.
Oh, great. Is it quite competitive? The industry, it sounds like it.
Yes.
Yeah. How do you?
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
well, Facebook got really strict with advertising
Right.
in this industry. So, like, if you're into matchmaking, finding, like, online dating, all that stuff, it's really hard to get your ad approved.
Yeah.
And even if it is approved, I'm finding it's really expensive.
Right.
So I'm finding other ways to get traffic to the landing page. So this is through guest posts, through Pinterest. Pinterest is a great one that
Yeah.
I've recently discovered, and just blogs, like blogs that are optimized for SEO.
How do you do if you're like if you want to do a guest post on a popular blog and you're not really well established? How would someone go about? Is it possible for someone to do that? Like, who's just starting a blog to go to someone who is got a lot of traffic and things. Like, can I do a guest post even though that person's not got really any subscribers? Is it still
Yeah,
possible?
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think you just have to have really good story ideas and really great content.
Yeah.
So I got like sites like Huffington Post, high
Yeah.
traffic, great for SEO.
Yeah.
They accept guest authors, so you just really have to think of some, read what they write about, read their style, and then go to them with a couple of your story ideas.
Do you use? I know you mentioned Facebook and things. Do you do any webinars? Because I see a lot of these sort of advertisements, people linking to like a webinar and a free. I know people use that. It's quite a good
Yeah.
thing to do. Do you do anything like that with what you do, or
No,
it's not? No.
and I think has to do with the way I consume content. Like,
Yeah.
I hardly sign up for webinars because I'm in Australia. The time
Yeah.
difference never works out.
Yeah.
So I end up having to watch all these replays, and by the time I've signed up and they're sending me replays, I've forgotten about what I signed up to.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's tricky.
Yeah. It is. I mean, there's so many. I know a lot of people that I've spoken to mention Facebook ads, and that's quite a powerful tool to use. And they mentioned about using webinars and things, but it sounds like maybe from what you do, it's not something that's that would work. I guess maybe I don't know. But,
No, I know other coaches who do
oh,
webinars,
okay.
and I
Yeah.
think it works well for them. It just, I can't do it all, and that's one thing I choose not to do.
Right. Yeah. Do you do in terms of other kind of platforms like, I don't know, Twitter or anything like that? Are there any other kind of platforms you recommend to try and get
Yeah.
subscribers and things? So I think you
So
mentioned
I
Pinterest. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I did this thing where I just experimented, and I pretty much tried paid, non-paid, all forms of
Yeah.
traffic drivers.
Yeah.
So I tried YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, Just my blog. I've
Yeah.
tried podcasting and guest
Oh, right.
posts.
Okay. Yeah.
And the channels that consistently bring traffic um, to my site are Pinterest,
Right.
really good. Didn't pay for it.
Mm.
Facebook.
Mm.
So this is a mix of organic content and paid. I've got I think 1,000 followers on my Facebook community,
Right.
and then Instagram. Instagram doesn't really drive traffic to my site. I think people are just there, looking for something really visual,
Yeah.
and then they don't engage anymore. And then the fourth one is I got a ton of press a year ago,
Right.
and there were two really good stories, and I keep getting referral traffic,
Yeah.
and the traffic that comes through to my site is really engaged. So PR works for me.
How does Pinterest work?
Pinterest works.
Pinterest. Sorry.
Basically,
Pinterest. Yeah.
it's like I think lots of mood. It's a giant mood board where
Yeah.
you save pictures, and these pictures lead often link to content or a product page where you can buy stuff.
Okay.
And really, once you once you can take an image from your website and then put it on Pinterest as a pin, and basically once people see it, they can save it and pin it to their board, and then share it with their followers. So that's how it works.
And you said about iTunes and things. Do you have a podcast? You say you tried podcasting?
I have a podcast.
Yeah.
I
Right.
started it maybe a month ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the way people are consuming content is different now, so that's why I'm just experimenting with different ways. Like I blogged, with written content for the past since 2013, and I think people are really changing the way they like to read and consume content. So like Audible, podcasts, that's going to be like the up and coming thing.
Yeah. I mean, I've started sort of blogs in the past and things, and I found it kind of hard to just keep writing a blog post every week, and then I realised I quite enjoy doing maybe video or something like this, or doing like a podcast. So to people that don't kind of want to kind of write, you think that you say video is going to become quite even bigger than it is now, or something else that's not writing.
And definitely, I think videos, and if like I guess not everyone is on video yet, so it's easier to rank, even though it's getting more and more competitive. Like I find that just with consistency, if I'm uploading a video once every week, I'm slowly getting traffic and subscribers.
Yeah. Okay.
Whereas I think it's easier to rank in YouTube than it is in like the traditional Google search.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I've got like another kind of personal development channel, and I built that up to just I've got over 1,000 subscribers on that. I've just literally started this. I'm on.
Oh, nice.
So I've got a couple of views and things. I know I don't have any subscribers at the moment on this, but does it just take time, doesn't it, to kind of to find your stuff? The more content you put out. Is that when you started your blog? Was it literally you must have started at zero, and then eventually over time it just kind of grew and grew because you were consistent?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, exactly. I think it grew by like a couple hundred a month, and it grew by 1,000, and then I lost all of it. I lost all of it earlier this year, so I'm just rebuilding it again.
How did you lose it? Like,
it was either two things. I changed hosts, and I added an SSL certificate to my site.
Okay.
I don't know. One of those two things, definitely, because I didn't do anything else that was different.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So I've got another YouTube channel where I've got sort of 1,000 subscribers and things, and I've just built that up over time. But is there anything else you kind of wanted to add? Recommend anything? Just someone just kind of brand new and starting, because that's what's the podcast kind of geared towards people that are brand new to starting an online business and online courses and things. So I don't know if you've got anything else you wanted to add.
No, I think a lot of people just hesitate to do it because they're afraid of tech, or they're afraid to do just everything. But if you can solve a problem and you can create the content, just focus on creating the content. You can always outsource everything else to somebody else.
Great. Okay. Do you have any kind of success secrets or anything?
Success secret?
Yeah.
Pinterest.
Yeah.
Definitely Pinterest.
Okay.
I can't believe it. So I actually paid for a promoted pin, and it did nothing.
Right.
But all the stuff that I've been doing organically has helped.
Yeah.
And I think that another thing to do is I only found this out when I decided to try everything.
Mm.
People say, focus on one channel
Yeah.
and see if it works before you move on, but you don't know if that one channel is going to work for you. So I tried all of them at the same time
Mm.
and worked out which channels were driving traffic, the most traffic, and then I cut out all the rest.
Okay. All right. I think that's pretty much all my questions really. Yeah, thanks so much for giving me your time and things. As I say, these interviews are to speak to people like yourself who are doing it and just finding out some kind of basic things for people that want to get started. So I think you've really really helped out in this. So appreciate you giving me your time.
Yeah, no worries. Oh,
Yeah.
I would love to watch the show. So
Yeah, well,
let
I've
me
got
know.
a few episodes up, but yeah, I'll try and put these onto my list that's got over 1,000 subscribers. It's kind of like personal development. I started interviewing
Yeah.
people in my flat who are kind of like entrepreneurs and stuff, but that became quite difficult to do because I had to get people in, and I work
Yeah.
full time and stuff. So yeah, I'll keep you informed of how it all goes and stuff.
Yeah,
But
that's good. I'm so glad you're doing this because when I even now when I have questions about Teachable,
yeah,
I find that there isn't enough content.
yeah. Yeah, no, the Teachable Tribe. Do you have a Facebook group for what you do as well? Do you do Facebook groups?
Yeah, I do Facebook
Does
groups.
that help? Does that help? Or
I'm in another one for self-publishing, and
right?
that's really active, so that helps. But the Teachable Tribe is not very helpful.
Oh, okay, right. Yeah, no, and I put in technical support requests and things, and I haven't heard back. But yeah, it depends which group you're in, I guess. Do you
Yeah,
say you do self-pub? You're writing books and stuff as well?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Yeah, so I'm not sure you've heard of Joanna Penn, the creativepenn.com. Really good.
yeah. I
You
have.
have? Okay.
Yeah.
She doesn't live too far from me, so
Oh,
uh,
nice.
yeah. All right. Well, thanks very much for giving
No
me your
worries.
time. I guess you're going to go to bed now.
Oh no, it's only 7. I'm
I
going
was only
back to the gym.
7. Oh, okay. All right. It's about
Yeah.
10:30 in the morning here, so yeah. my cousin,
Okay.
my,
Well,
my cousin lives in Sydney, so
yeah.
no, she doesn't. She
We're in
lives.
Sydney.
No, I think she lives in Canberra actually.
Okay. Yeah.
She emigrated a couple of years ago. Got married out there, so I'll have to come over, stay with her sometime.
Yeah, it's amazing. Hit me
Yeah,
up when you
yeah,
decide to
yeah,
come.
definitely. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for your
Okay.
time, and
No worries.
enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thanks.
All
Have a
right.
good day.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.